All right, let's talk about the PSA Vault and some of these offers that they're making to buy cards directly. And so, what's cool is you can do this directly if you grade through them, but you can also do it if you have cards that you've vaulted with them. And you can also do this if you just randomly scan cards and then send them to be vaulted. But when you scan cards, you can see in advance like a preview of what their offer would be. And so, the way that this works, you just pull up their app here and you see at the bottom it says scan a card or cert, and you tap that button and then it pulls up a thing like this where you can just, well, don't scan me, but like, you line up a card and you just take the card. And this is just like a PC card of mine that I have had for a while, but you line it up with the barcode on here, and then it pulls up exactly what that card is. Well, eventually here, maybe. Here you go. Pulls it up and you can see the population, the PSA estimate, and then this little offer thing will pop up on some cards, not all of them. In this example, it's like $38 and they estimate this card's worth 41 bucks. It's worth way more to me. So this isn't one that I'm going to sell. But when you see an offer that you like, though, the process is pretty straightforward. So you go to the website version here that I'm on here, and you click Vault Shipping, and it'll show you your like PSA address here. And I don't know if this is actually, I don't think this is sensitive. I mean, I guess you guys can send cards to my vault if you want. Don't do that. Send it to your own. Basically, they get vaulted, and then you will see offers on some of those cards. Sometimes they go away though. And so I tried this out the other day. I sent in 2 cards. Both were like cards that aren't super liquid right now that randomly had offers that I thought were probably a little bit higher than market price. And so here's what happened. The first one I sent was this Tyrese Halliburton Orange Wave Prism PSA 9. He's out with an Achilles right now, so not a card that I'm super excited to still have, but I picked it up in trade at a decent price. It's something that I'll probably move out of as soon as I can get a decent price on it. But when I scanned this card, it showed an offer similar to this $554 card ladder value. Now, while I shipped this card off in the week that this was in transit, another copy of this card sold for like 250 bucks or something like that. So no longer was the offer there when this card got to the vault. So that's definitely a risk that you want to be aware of. And don't just assume that because you see an offer in the app that it's still going to be there. These are absolutely preview offers, and they're only good once your cards are vaulted with PSA. So you've got to actually ship them there first and then check to see if the offer is still good. Now, the other one that I sent was this Domas Sabonis card, an Optic Hollow PSA 10 auto. It's a card that I picked up for 150 bucks as what I thought was a pretty decent deal. Let me get my face smaller here. Like a year ago or something. Just I know his market really well. He's a guy I've kind of semi PC'd and just done some stuff with. So not like a top tier investment by any means, but a card I knew I could make a little bit of money on. Now, I was trying to sell this thing for like 250 bucks going into the season. PSA offered me $462. So that was the most obvious sale that I've ever made in my life. And I took this money as soon as I saw that it was still there when I shipped this card in, it hit the vault. And that same day I checked and said, you have offers. Here's the $462. Couldn't click that faster. And then you've just got to set up real quickly a Stripe, Express account, which basically just means that they're going to send you a 1099 for tax purposes if you make a number of sales that cross whatever the threshold is. I know it keeps changing. So, but guys, that's the way it works. I think that it's definitely worth, if you have PSA cards sitting in your possession right now, go through and use your phone and like scan the cards and see what the preview offers look like, because you might be surprised. There might be some that are higher than you expect, like this Sabonis card, which I honestly wasn't sure I would be able to move for 250 and got almost double that amount. So they're using an algorithm pretty clearly here. And this card hasn't sold in a while. So that's, I think, why their value is way higher than it probably is actually worth right now. There are other cards that, it's not that we're just trying to take advantage of loopholes. Like, great, if it's there, it's there. But there are other cards where you might just be able to get 90 or 100% of what it's actually worth right now in fair market value and just take money quickly instead of trying to maximize on eBay or having to wait and deal with eBay fees and end up with 85% or whatever. So this is just another way to move cards, to another tool in your tool belt. But the PSA option, if you have a PSA account, this is something that you can take advantage of. And I do think it's worth at least scanning your cards and seeing what kind of offers are actually out there. So one other use case for this is, if you are trying to sell a card, you can pull up the PSA app and say, oh, well, PSA is offering, $200 on this card. So can you beat that? Because this is a no fee cash offer for the PSA is making. I mean, this is as close to cash as you're going to find in this market. So something to definitely add to your tool belt. Let us know if you have any good offers out there. I want to see what you guys are selling.